Overcome the mummy boys syndrome. I'm jessxgoh, trauma coach in childhood abuse. What is the mummy boy syndrome and how did it come about? The mummy boy syndrome is where you have a need to choose your mum over your lover. You want to make her happy. And it's because you had a strong enmeshment with her when you were a toddler. So what happens is, from the first 18 months to 3 years of life, this is how the family dynamic played out. This is mum and this is you. So the mum would overprotect her child and will start feeding that child with her programming, her values, and the conditions she's placed upon you to fulfill her expectations. And you've been conditioned how to be a good boy in her eyes. Say thank you, say please, eat your peas, clean up your room, don't do this, don't say that. And you become someone that you're not. So this blurs the boundaries in this relationship. As you can see, there is no boundaries, right? It's enmeshed. And this is why it's a real struggle for you to be independent in your way of thinking, in your curiosity, and how you can be your own man. And I'm not talking about having a job and financially provide. What I'm talking about is how can you be emotionally mature enough for you to feel safe to be your own person as a man, to express himself freely, for him to question, to be curious, for him to ask for what's right for him, to ask for his needs, to express his boundaries. And the mummy boy syndrome is that it's a real struggle for you to do that because you're so caught up in the pleasing mother, because that's how she conditioned you. And it also makes it a real struggle for you to choose women wisely in your relationships. There may be times where you've chosen a woman that you love, but you had to choose your mother's opinion of her rather than your own, so you decide to end the relationship because mummy doesn't approve. This is how you're not reclaiming back your power as a man. You're allowing your mother to call the shots in your life rather than you owning your power by expressing what's right for you. You may have attracted women who remind you of your mother, controlling, manipulative, overprotective, or overbearing, highly critical. It's because you haven't resolved this enmeshment issue with your mother. And it doesn't have to be physically. Maybe you are not living with her anymore. And if you are living with her, that's a clear sign that you have the mummy boy syndrome. But if you have moved out of home and you're struggling with making choices in love and you ask mums for advice, that's another sign that you have the mummy's boy syndrome, because it's this enmeshment that's keeping you trapped in the past. This enmeshment has conditioned you to turn to mother instead of turning to yourself, because she didn't teach you how to do that. There was no boundaries. There was no freedom or space or curiosity for you to explore that, because this is what your relationship with mother appears, enmeshment. So this requires a lot of undoing of your conditioning, and for you to feel safe in who you came here to be. So if you struggle with this and you are ready to learn more, you might be interested in my free web class that's coming up. Let go of rejection and relationship abuse from the impacts of childhood trauma. Simply click on the link below and it will bring you to a different page for you to register. I look forward to seeing you there. And if you got something out of this video blog, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, then the bell icon, then the all button, so you get the latest notifications around childhood abuse. And remember to be the light that's in your heart.